All righty. Doorbell, doorbell.
I think that was Rob's breakfast.
Oh, great.
Rob,
What?
this is your breakfast, honey?
You can eat it.
You sure you don't want
It's
it?
Renee.
Nope, I'm good. Oh, you already know who it is?
Yes.
Okay, well, leave you be then.
Oh, thank you. You still could have walked if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm excited to move shingles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doo doo. I'm coming, I'm coming. Ah. Well, hello.
Hi, my dear.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you feeling?
Good.
Yeah?
Perfect, yes.
Good. You look good.
Oh, thank you. Okay, let's see. There it goes. You know what? We're just going to put this down so the doors don't blow open.
It's pretty windy.
It's been windy for the last couple days. There. Yeah.
Okay.
How are things?
Good. How's that baby?
Good.
Yeah?
Yes.
Any bleeding or anything like that?
No, nothing. No concerns. I was wondering if I should have called you about the results from last time, but then I figured if you didn't call me,
Right.
then that was a good thing.
That's right. So
Yes.
remember, that's what I said. If you don't hear
Yes.
from me, everything is normal. The blood work was perfect.
Yes.
Your sugars were excellent.
Oh, yay.
And the other thing we were looking for was to make sure that your iron levels, right? Your hemoglobin. Is that like cow poop or something?
No, it's a, no. I know. We keep walking past it.
We wanted to make sure that one,
can sit
most
over here.
importantly, that your sugar was normal,
Mm-hmm.
and which was perfect, and then your hemoglobin, right, your oxygen-carrying molecules, to make sure you have enough iron,
Uh-huh.
because you supply your baby with the iron for the first 6 months of life, right? So we
Oh.
want to make sure your iron levels are good,
Okay.
and what happens at this point in the pregnancy, between 26 and 28 weeks when we do the sugar. That's when you go through what's called hemodilution. So your blood volume doubles. So not only are you gaining weight because you're growing a baby, but your blood volume is doubling, so your fluid is increasing. So that's when, oh, I didn't bring a scale. Shoot.
Oh, that's good. I don't want to
I
know.
forgot. So not only are we concerned about your weight gain, but we want to make sure that the blood volume is doubling appropriately, and but that you're not becoming anemic. So if you were anemic, you would be tired, short of breath, sometimes heart palpitations. Some of those are normal in pregnancy.
Right, like the shortness of breath, like when you're walking upstairs or things.
That's
like that.
normal.
Yes.
But if you were just, you wake up and you feel like you slept okay, but it's really hard to get going. Or you're craving ice. You want to chew ice all the time. Things like that are indicators that your iron is too low. But your iron
Chewing
levels.
ice.
Yeah, chewing ice. It's called a pica when you have a craving like that. So, let's see. But here are your results. So here's your hemoglobin, which was excellent. That's where you should be, above that number, and you were.
Okay.
Right? And your hematocrit is great. It should be above 34, and you were there, which is really good. Okay. And everything else was great.
Oh, yay!
These are your white blood cells, which are normal to be slightly, this number is normal to be slightly elevated, because we're always kind of having an immune response, and we're always trying to protect our bodies. So you're around a lot of people, there's a certain amount of stress. So this number is totally normal.
Okay.
And this was your glucose. So you were below that number
Nice.
by a bunch. You were right in the middle. You were great.
Great.
Okay. This number was low. So this is your vitamin D3, right? We get vitamin D3, which I'm surprised because you're
Of how
outside
much so?
all the time. But African American women, the darker your skin, the less your vitamin D levels. It's harder
I'm
for
not
your body
taking
to
any.
absorb it. Right. So you're not taking any extra, but you're also still low. But I wonder, normally I would say, let's supplement you with a vitamin D3. But I have to see. What I don't know is, I wonder by the time you're ready to have the baby, given that you're in this environment, I don't know how quickly that number will change.
Okay.
So that's actually something I have to look up and see. How quickly do we see a difference in our vitamin D levels? But it would be nice if that number was higher, just for you in general, for your overall health. It's good for bone health, overall immune system, right? And currently the recommendation is that when the babies are born, that they're supplemented with vitamin D3.
Babies, not myself.
Not, well, moms, but babies.
Oh, okay.
Because we generally don't sunbathe. We
Right.
protect our babies from the sun so that they don't, because the sun can be damaging. We don't want them to burn. So we're finding that almost everybody is deficient, including babies. So that's something that we'll
That
talk
makes
about
sense,
later.
but okay.
But right now, I don't know that I'm going to do much about that number because it's not concerning for the pregnancy.
Okay.
And that was it.
Great.
Right, so everything looked fantastic. And so what's come up for you in the last 2 weeks?
Sleeping, like feeling it in my hips.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was normal.
It is normal, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult for you because you don't have a
As much
mattress,
cushion,
right?
yes.
You don't have as much cushion, but really normal to start getting like achy in your hips, roll on one side, then you roll to the other.
Yes.
Are you peeing in the night, getting up a few times?
Yes.
That's normal.
Okay. So that was my only concern.
yeah.
Like there wasn't anything wrong.
Yeah.
But it's just no matter what side or even back or whatever, it's just like after about an hour or so, I had to switch
Right.
because it's like, oh,
Normal.
what's wrong? Okay.
That's normal. Pillows. Do you have
I can
extra
make more
pillows?
pillows.
You can make more
Yes.
pillows. So are you putting a pillow between your knees?
No.
That's going to really help. So you want to put a pillow between your knees when you're sleeping,
Okay.
maybe one behind your back, so that when you're even like holding on to one. Some moms, what they do is they get this, it's like a body pillow, right? It's this big, long, C-shaped pillow where you can kind of hug it and put your knee on it so there's some cushion between your legs. That's going to help the top hip when you're sleeping.
Okay.
You're still going to have to rotate because, your body is heavier and it hurts, starts to get really uncomfortable. So nothing is wrong with that, but those are ways that you can be a little bit more comfortable.
Okay. And then not Charlie horses, but similar to Charlie horses.
Yeah, that was
like
going to
for
be a question
everything.
that I have here in your calves.
Yes.
Okay, so you probably
So
need
like when I go like, especially if I'm stretching,
stretching.
it would-
Yeah.
and then someone told me to put my legs out forward, and that has been helping, but more Charlie horses.
Okay, so we can magnesium, calcium. Those are two things that we put moms on to help them with the muscle cramping. Not uncommon in the third trimester.
Okay. Because it just started happening, but it's only on my legs, like
Right
the back.
here, it's right in your calf.
Yes.
Right, that's where it happens. So when you stretch in the morning or you point, it happens.
If I point, that's when it definitely
Sure.
happens.
So we have a supplement that's really good for that. It's Calm. It's a calcium and a magnesium powder, which I'd like to maybe bring to you and see if
Okay.
you can take that. That should help with your leg cramps. Are you pooping every day?
Yes.
Okay, so no problem, because that will
No.
also help that.
No problem. It's,
Okay.
Ladies don't poo, but
No, they don't. But but your bowels are moving
the
fine.
bowels are fine.
Okay. And so we have both legs probably cramping.
Both legs. Yeah.
Is it usually in the morning when you wake up or in the middle of the
in the
night?
middle of the night.
That's normal. Any swelling?
No swelling. Well, everything's stretchy, and my shoes are quite open, so, but
Your
nothing
ankles
noticeable.
look fine. Okay. Your hands look fine. Any
Yeah, they're not
headaches?
tight or anything. Nope.
Yeah, no headaches. And you're drinking quite a bit of water still,
Yes,
right?
water, and still on the same diet, eating small meals, greens, and like brown rice, and a lot of fruit and vegetables and things like that.
Are you able to eat as much, or are you finding that you're eating a little bit less more frequently?
I'm eating a little less more frequently.
And no headaches,
No headaches.
blurred vision.
No blurred vision, unless I take my glasses off. But other than that, yeah,
Okay.
no blurred vision.
Good. And you're feeling the baby move?
Yes, a lot.
Where do you feel most of your kicking?
Down here now, it's like if I'm sitting, it would be a little weird. I haven't felt that before, but it's just like right here. Yes, like
Little fingers. And what about up here on this side?
up here.
or
It
up here?
it used to be like in one section, but now it's like the whole thing.
Right.
Yes.
So do you know why?
No.
So what position do you think your baby's in if you had to guess?
I don't know, like head. I thought like head here and then like this, but no.
No, it's, well, last time the head was down, right? When we checked, head was down. So the
Head
head is
was down.
probably still down, right? So you can have a head here. And then what you're going to have, oh, I should bring a model of a baby in a pelvis. That might be helpful. But what, so the baby's like this with its head down. And so you're probably feeling little fingers on down here. And then I'm assuming we'll feel when we go inside, when I feel your belly and listen, it's probably the back is here and then a butt and feet.
Oh, dang, that's big.
Right? Yeah, so your baby's probably about that big.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's
So
finally,
it's curling around.
I finally feel it everywhere.
Yeah.
Because I was like, whoa, that's kind of, I had to stand up to make sure.
Yeah, you might be getting a shoulder, right? Little elbows and hands, so smaller movement down here. And then like a big thing up here that might go side to side.
Side to side.
And
so
so the
or
baby
press out or
wiggles,
something.
and the butt pushes out, and then the knees are bent, and then you might get like a little foot or a knee with movement over here. Right? That's probably what you're feeling.
Okay.
Which is awesome.
Yes, that's different.
Yeah, but we'll confirm that that's with palpation. When I touch, we'll feel that that's heads down. And if I'm not sure, then what we would do in a few weeks is maybe do an ultrasound to confirm that the
Okay.
head's down. But it was last time, so I would expect it to still be down.
Okay.
It's unlikely at this point in the pregnancy that the baby would rotate up to a breech. Once they settle down in that head down position,
They
they generally
tend to
stay
stay
down there.
Okay.
Because there's not that much room, right?
Right, it's not enough.
Not enough room,
It's moving
really.
everywhere.
Yeah, they can, it's possible, but it's unlikely. You know, babies know. They're working it out. This is a perfect design. God is good, you know, and made this perfect body. And the baby knows how to work its way through in that uterus and through the pelvis. Right?
How far along am I now? Sorry, I lost track.
You are 32 weeks.
32 weeks.
lost track.
Sheesh, it's getting close.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, you were 30. So you were 28 and 2 the last time I saw you.
Okay.
So you're 30 and 2.
Okay, 30.
That's where we're at now. And, which is great.
Okay, 30.
But you're getting along. So if your baby were born now, we don't want the baby to be born now, but the baby can live.
Chances are, yeah, okay.
The baby
it'd
is
be good
viable, can live outside of your body, be very small, but able to live, and it would need to be in a NICU and have specialty care. You know, so we don't want you to have the baby, but we have a viable baby in there.
chance. Okay.
So right now what's happening, your baby's fully formed, right? All the parts are there, and now the baby's putting on body fat so it can live outside.
So it's just getting bigger right now.
So it's you know, fat that's underneath your skin is called subcutaneous fat. So it's putting on its body fat. Its lungs are maturing, so it can breathe outside when it comes out, where the lungs can inflate and stay open. The concern with very premature babies is they have respiratory distress. You know, they can't breathe well, and they have no fat, so they can't maintain their body temperature. Plus a whole other host of issues that come up with a premature baby. But that's what happens in these last few weeks. Your baby's putting on body fat.
So I have 10 weeks left? Up to
You
10?
have 30. You have up to 12 more
Up
weeks,
to 12,
right?
because I
you
can go 2 weeks
past, right? So you have a 5-week window. So you're 30 weeks. So you can go anywhere from 7 weeks to 9 to, right? Where are we at? 30. So you
We're
can go
at
to
30.
37 to 42.
Okay. Geez, that time went by fast. It was slow,
by
but now it's going by fast.
Yeah. Some of my moms say, you know, it's like each day is slow, but then you look at the whole thing. It's like, you know, minute by minute it's slow, but then you can't believe how quickly.
Once you're there, or getting there, I should say.
So how are you?
Oh, I was going to tell you. So we had a calf born.
Oh, yeah, because that cow, wow, that cow was pregnant last time.
Yes, and so
How soon after I left, when did she have the baby?
like that Friday, the next day.
The next
2
day?
days.
Awesome. Did you see it?
No, none of us witnessed it, but
Amazing.
they all went crazy. Everyone was like, ah, baby cat.
So what happened? You got up in the morning?
We got up in the morning, had breakfast, and then there was someone smoking over there, and at their little smoking log.
Smoking a cigarette?
Smoking a cigarette.
Okay.
Wow. Right. and and she thought it was a baby deer that was in.
So where was it? Did she give birth out there
She
in
just
that?
gave birth right there, and it was just up walking around like.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And
But the mom was there. She was laying down, actually. The mom ended up just laying down.
So there are two out there, right? Was
And
the other
once-
one out there with the calf?
Yes, and the baby was suckling from the other cow, because they both were pregnant at the same time. So the bigger cow is still lactating. She still is producing milk right now. So the calf got up and started milking.
Why is she? Where's her calf?
Her calf is in there right now. She's looking at her now.
Wow.
They're keeping her separate until she gets a little bigger so they don't step on her.
The new calf.
The new calf, yes.
That's awesome.
But it just reminded me, these guys aren't going to be able to handle birth.
Yeah. Well, maybe they will by the time you're ready to have a baby.
They all freaked out. Like,
They did. So what was the biggest concern?
Get a hot towel.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so silly.
They did.
Oh no. They weren't serious.
They were. They got
No.
one. They got
For
one.
what?
I don't know.
And the mother was just laying there
And
all
it was
fine.
just fine. And,
What are
you
y'all
know.
worked up about?
And then they're like, "Oh my gosh, what are you gonna do? Where do you put it? Where did it was?"
Oh,
then they
that's
called
so
the vet.
funny.
It was just like mayhem. It was quite
That's
funny,
funny.
just watching.
So she just had the baby in the night.
She had
Nobody
the-
knew.
nobody
You couldn't
knew.
hear her, huh?
No,
Mhm.
she was just by herself, and
Mhm. And it all worked out fine.
she wasn't mooing or complaining or anything. She
Does she? So do they bring the calf to the mama? Is that what you guys do? Do you bring the calf to the mama to nurse?
she doesn't nurse from her now.
Why?
Because the vet would like to see how much she's getting. If we let the calf nurse on
Yeah.
her own, we can't see how much she's getting.
Why do you need to see how much she's getting?
I'm not sure.
That's like telling a mother she can't breastfeed her baby. She has to pump. For real?
Yes,
so the
I'm
vet,
not sure.
I don't know anything about cows.
But they're very skilled, and these cows are they're dairy cows, so their use, from my understanding, is specifically to create milk, and like they're not. You don't eat those kind of cows and things like that.
But the baby calf knows how to drink the
But
milk.
yes, but
So
I think
there are
they're
other
just
things happening with that cow besides feeding her
Yes,
calf.
yes.
Because you guys are getting milk from
milk
that
from
calf.
her.
So
making
they're
cheese.
restricting.
So I'm not 100%, but the vets that we have are very skilled, and they they have a plan. They know exactly what they're doing.
All right. Well,
Yes.
I'll leave it up to the vets. But,
They're good. They're really good ladies.
wow. Well, that's cool.
But it's
So-
just like the point was everyone else
Everybody
was
got
freaking
super
out.
nervous.
Yes.
So really thinking about birthing here. You know, have you thought about like really logistically?
I know I'm not going to make it a big deal to everyone because I don't think they can handle it. And I would talk to the doctor that we have here.
What's her name again?
Nikki.
Nikki.
Nikki Noche. And of course call you, but not make it a huge deal.
So how do you think? I'm just gonna write it just so I remember her name. How do you think they're gonna know you're in labor?
They will pre-labor or
Early labor.
Early labor, they won't.
Right.
I won't share that with them. And then when I get further along and get into active labor, when you get here, then I'll talk to Nikki so we can have a plan.
That's really
so
what
it's
you
not
wanna-
hectic.
Yeah. And you want to really talk to the other people here about, look, this is really important. It's a big deal. And to try to, everyone really needs to try to come together and realize that it's not dangerous.
Right. And I'm
Initially,
not
we
scared,
wanna
so
make
why
sure-
are you guys
Right.
scared?
And that it's really, if everything is going along normally, you can totally labor because you may labor for 24 hours. I mean, you could potentially have a long early labor, right? There's something called prodromal labor We just had a mom on Sunday. She had her baby, and she called me Sunday morning. She said, you know, it was 9:30 in the morning, and she said, I can't do this anymore. The last 2 nights I've been contracting through the night, and then it stops during the day. Second night she did it, and she said, now my contractions are down to like I've had 4 in an hour. I can't do this anymore.
She wanted to speed it up, like to
yeah,
just
because she was
done.
So that's a possibility that you might have while the baby's getting into the right position. Ultimately, she actually had a very fast labor once. So she called and she complained. So we talked about it. And then I said, well, why don't you come in and let me see where you're at. And by the time she got to me, she was actually completely dilated and had the baby in 17 minutes of arriving at my birth center. But the point was that she had this long, early labor, right? So you want to prepare yourself for the fact that you might have these, you know, it's going to be low menstrual cramping. They're going to be rhythmic. It's not constant, right? So that the contraction itself will last for like maybe 30 seconds to 45 seconds in the beginning, but come like maybe every 5 to 7 to 10 minutes. And you could do that for a long time. So if they do get wind, because you may, you know, you're going to have some behavior that indicates something's going on, right? So what would be best is that you don't have to hide, which you're not really talking about hiding.
No, not hiding. I just don't want to worry them.
Right.
I'm not worried. Like just.
Do you think they can get to the place of not being worried?
I think as long as they see me not worried.
Yeah.
If I start freaking out, then I believe others will freak out. But it's just, and plus I'm more of a private person anyways.
Yeah.
And I would rather, and I already talked to some of them already that of what I envision, and I don't want everyone there, and I just don't want to make it a big scene. I just want it to be more intimate.
Yeah. So have you thought about a location?
I have talked about a location with a few people. They're finishing this project over here. This is going to be a storage, not storage, but a work area. But then they're going to move on into the kind of the side of the house, which where
back on the other side.
On the other side, yes. There's a big patio, and it's already.
Oh yeah. Which is part like when you're in the house, it's right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so a couple of the guys were already thinking about doing something with that area for me.
What about here?
That's going to be a work area, and it's going to be going up pretty soon here. They're going to finish it within the next day or so.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's just going to have walls and a ceiling.
Walls, ceiling, and all the tools, and kind of like a shed. But similar to that,
small.
They're going to make in the back.
Okay.
I think they're just trying to put it in a timeline, so they can start over there, and then people can be over there, and then start mine back there. They already covered up a piece of some of the wall was open, and they covered that yesterday. So.
What about, so that's good. So a space like that would be great, so you can feel really private. If there's a curtain or something that you can just close so you don't have to be watched is really nice. It's a really vulnerable time when you're having a baby, so you want to feel really private and protected. And then the other thing to start thinking about is temperature control. How are we going to, it's warm now, right? But how cool has it been? It's going to be cold at night.
It gets cold at night. Last night wasn't as cold, but it does. It gets low.
Yep.
We haven't talked about temperature control. However, there are outlets. There is an outlet that we can use to maybe get a space heater or something.
A space heater would work fine. Yeah, that would work fine as long as, you know, the space, you know, it probably wouldn't work great in the big space, right?
No.
Opened up space.
No,
but in a space like that you
the
can
space,
enclose, because it's going to be very important that when the baby's born, that the room is warm, right? Because the babies can't thermoregulate. They can't control their body temperature. When they come out, they're wet. So we're going to have warm towels. So I can bring some stuff like we can bring a heating pad that will keep the towels warm before the baby's born, so that when the baby comes out, we want to cover the baby with some warm blankets and keep the baby skin to skin on you. So we'll need some receiving blankets, and we need receiving blankets, and I'll bring a heating pad, as long as we can plug it in and it won't be a problem, right?
No,
Okay,
not at all.
heating pad.
If it is a problem, they have to go through me anyways. So.
Okay. As long as you know it's not going to like start a fire, there's not going to be an electrical issue.
No, not at
Okay.
all.
And then you're going to need a portable heater.
Yes. How much do those typically cost?
I have no idea, but I wonder.
I can look that up when I get.
We can
inside.
look it up and we can see if maybe I should bring one. But maybe what I would do is, I don't know why. I don't know. As a group, maybe you would want to purchase one.
Yes,
I don't know.
I think they would want to.
Or I can bring one if I have, or find one or something. We could figure out a way to get you one before the baby's born, right? It needs to be here.
Maybe I'll do a little research and then tell you my plan. Like I'll
Okay.
call you sometime early next week to give you.
Sure, that's plenty of time. We just want to have it here by 37 weeks. We want to have everything we need and be prepared for the baby as soon as you can have the baby in this location, right? If you go into labor before 37 weeks, we're going to take you to the hospital
Okay.
because that's going to be the safest place for the baby.
Right.
So as of 37 weeks, we want to have things like, you know, everything we need, the blankets, the heating, in case for some reason you have what's called a precipitous birth. What happens if you go into labor and you have the baby in an hour? Very unlikely, but you know, women have had precipitous births before. So if there's some reason why you have this baby before I get here, I want to have all of that stuff ready, and we'll keep talking about it as we meet each time, you know, to make sure that all the stuff is set up. It's super unlikely that this baby's going to come out before I get here.
Right.
It's your first baby. They don't generally fall out.
Right.
Maybe your next one will.
I'm not worried, but the funny thing is, everything has been easy up to this point.
Yeah.
So I'm anticipating an easy birth too.
Yes, an easy birth, but hopefully not too fast because those
Right.
aren't always so easy.
Right.
You know, it's a lot. So a few hours. Be nice to have a 6-hour labor. We'll
Yes.
pray for that one. Okay.
Yes.
What other questions do you have?
My biggest question was the cramps because those hurt.
Yeah.
And let's see, that's pretty much it. I don't have any concerns.
Okay, so you've had no bleeding.
No bleeding. Nothing that's alarming. Nothing has happened.
No
Thus
burning
far.
when you pee or anything like that.
Nope.
No back. Besides just achy, but no.
Just achy, no pain, like where I can't
And no
bear.
fevers or anything.
No
like that.
fever.
And no fluid leaking out.
No.
Okay, great. So, good.
Oh, should I, even when I'm not tired, still take naps?
No.
Okay.
If you feel like you need to rest, rest. But if you don't, no. How's
Okay.
your activity level been?
We're still busy. We're still.
So you're
doing-
moving around. Are you milking the cows? Oh, so you milk that new mama, right?
No, I don't milk her. She's feisty.
She's because she had a baby. Is that why?
Yes.
Do you milk the other?
The other one, she's calm, and
Okay.
I do it safely where
Good.
I can't get hurt or
Okay.
anything or kicked. And but I told, since we're sitting down and we're like slouched like this,
Yeah.
I can probably do it for one more month. And
Yeah, it's going to be hard to bend over in
Yeah, it's
here
hard
because you
to bend.
compress that femoral artery, and then your legs might get a big kick. And
Yes.
it's not like that position.
right.
So you want to keep your back straight up and like squat down.
Yes, and so I told the person who's ahead of the barn that I'll do it for one more month, or
Good.
until I feel like I can't do it
Right.
anymore.
You see
Yeah.
how your body feels. But you're still walking around and
Still walking
doing...
around, being active, just doing daily chores
Okay,
and
good.
in everyone's business,
All right.
taking care of things.
Good.
Yeah.
So how about we
Go in and measure?
I think that probably you want to feel comfortable doing it inside.
Yep.
Okay.
Have you been busy with babies lately?
Yeah, we just had we had 4 babies this past week.
Wow.
So it was pretty awesome.
You stay busy.
We're busy. It's a busy practice. So it's good.
We can
They're
go
all
into this
great.
side.
This way?
Yes.
Okay. How did you feel after that glucose test. When I left, you hadn't eaten yet. So
Right.
how did you feel?
I felt after it was sweet. It felt like sugar.
Did you have a headache?
No.
Did you have any symptoms?
Nothing at all. I just went to the bathroom, I believe,
Yeah.
and then had a great snack afterwards.
Yeah, good. You ate
good
something
lunch.
good. Yeah.
Actually, a great lunch.
Oh, it's really warm in here. Wow.
Yes, that's why I tend to stay outside.
Oh, you have a table. Wait, was this table there? Oh, no, you didn't have the benches.
We didn't have the
And
benches.
a chair.
And
Right
it's
on.
Cut down.
Cool. Hi. Awesome, you guys. This looks fantastic. Hi, I'm Renee.
Yeah, they just redid that.
Hi, nice to meet you. Hi. Hi. This is fantastic.
It's coming on up. Oh, let me show you where they boarded.
Depends on your calendar. Some calendars have it split that Saturdays.
Oh, they closed all that.
Oh, so this was all open.
That was all open.
Oh, so
up there.
out
So
here?
it would be out here.
I don't want Midwife at all. I don't want to watch videos.
So he was thinking about something like a small room here, or even a small room on this side.
Sure.
So that's what they were
And
getting
you
at.
don't need, you don't need a whole lot of space, right? Because what's the purpose of the room besides for you to have the baby?
That's
it. That's it. That's the only purpose. So it's like your little private bedroom.
Yep.
Great.
Yes. So I was trying to tell him it doesn't need to be all big and
No,
extravagant.
really, you just need enough space for you to lay down. So like your bedroll would be out here. A portable heater, which I don't know how they would wire that, but you'll figure
There
that
would
out.
be they
An
have
extension
a long
cord or something?
extension cord.
Right? So just heat, keep the room warm, space for you to be safely birthing. You have access to water.
Yes.
Do you have hot water?
Not yet.
But we can boil water.
Yes.
Okay, so we can have some warm water. So really, you don't need a whole lot of space. So it's going to be me,
Probably
at
need-
least one assistant for me, maybe a third to be charting.
Okay.
And then we have our gear, which isn't too much. We just have a rolling bag, an oxygen tank. So, just need a little bit of space.
Yeah,
Don't
and
need a lot.
hopefully,
And
if
then
one of my family members can make it at
that
that
would
time.
be super
Yeah.
awesome.
So I'm hoping for December. Like,
Yeah.
please stay in until December.
It will stay. So is that when a family member can come out?
Yes.
It would be really, really nice for you to have a family member with you, I think. I mean, I don't know your relationship, but you have sisters, right?
Yeah, I have sisters and I have a boyfriend, but
Yeah.
it's if I can, they all four would come out. Like,
3 sisters and the boyfriend?
yes, because you only get one visit per your time here, and you get up to 4 people.
Oh.
So they may not all be involved. But
Oh,
just
but you
be-
only get one visit.
I only get for
So-
the year.
Oh. Oh, that'd be nice.
Yes, so hopefully they can all. I'm hoping for December.
How do your sisters and your boyfriend feel about you birthing here? Are they worried about you?
They're worried, but they understand that I typically make great choices anyways, and I wouldn't do this. They just want to be a part of it, not necessarily worried.
Okay.
So no one's worried. Let me rephrase
With
that.
your choice.
With my
Nobody's worried
choice.
about that.
Right. They just like, oh, I want to be there. I want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Um,
If they have concerns about you birthing in this environment and there are questions that you can't answer, I don't know what your communication is with people outside of here.
no communication at all.
No communication.
No.
So if you were to communicate with them somehow and give them permission to talk to me,
Okay.
I'd be happy to answer
Okay, I
whatever
might write them
questions and
I can
concerns
write
they
a
have.
letter. Yeah.
And you'd have to write and let me know that you give me permission to talk to them.
Okay.
Otherwise, I won't talk to them unless you tell me it's okay.
Okay.
But maybe that would be helpful if they have questions. Your mom's probably concerned, and
Oh, yeah, she's
just to
very-
answer any questions about birthing in this environment and what it means. But I'm sure you educated them before you came here.
Yes. They're just more concerned about being sanitary, like
Right,
sanitary,
right.
and you're very sanitary. And
Yeah.
you
So
do
the
this-
one thing is you want to make sure there's clean
Clean.
running water and that we have heat, and we'll have. What's going to happen when it comes time to have the baby? I'm going to bring supplies like.
the whole birthing kit.
I'm gonna bring the birthing kit. So we're gonna have, clean pads to put under your bottom. We're gonna have plastic, and then we're gonna have a clean sheet. And then we're gonna have these Chuck's pads, these blue pads that go underneath your bottom that are proof. And we have sterile gloves and non-sterile gloves, and then we have all of our equipment. But besides that, like, we'll make sure the space is clean.
Yes.
Right? So that's easy to hear. Great. All right, well, let's listen to the baby.
Okay, let
Is
me
that
wash
your
my
broom?
hands. No, that was our broom.
Oh.
For the first 2 weeks.
Uh-huh. All right, I'm gonna wash my hands too. Can I
Okay.
wash them in there? Is it okay if I just wash my hands? Yeah. Okay.
Have the what? I thought we weren't going to do it today. Oh, tomorrow. Hiding. No, I have a lot of earrings.
Okay. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good. So I heard that Mama Cow had her baby.
Yeah, and I handled the birth exactly how I thought I would.
Not
Sheer
very
panic.
Sheer
So what did you
panic.
panic? You woke up and the baby was out
I
there.
know, but then I was
So
like,
are you
what
gonna
is
do?
that? And then I'm like, oh my God, is she still attached? Is she not? I don't know what I'm looking at.
She's still attached.
I don't know what to do with my hand.
I'm not really. Haven't really been here long enough to read people the right way yet.
Yeah,
But I'll get there.
I have.
So, do you want to switch that one because that one's curved?
No, we gotta use it. It's okay. Oh, pretty.
All the guys have the same reaction with the jewelry. They're just like, yep.
Sure, whatever.
Yeah, that.
It keeps you busy and away from us.
Do you want me to go make jewelry right now?
We actually buy all that jewelry.
Nothing to do.
I don't know what I'm looking at though.
So
I'm like,
the cow had her baby.
Yeah.
You woke up and the calf was walking around.
and then Hex panicked.
Who's Hex? Oh, you are. So there's nothing to do. Hex
Then
panicked.
it's like,
Nothing
oh
to do.
my
She's talking
gosh,
to
the
herself in
cow
third
has a
person.
baby!
I know, I'm like,
And everyone.
I don't know what happened. I just saw a baby there. I'm like, how did you get here?
Where's your mom?
Who brought you here?
That's funny.
Baby?
That's funny.
You didn't ask?
hi.
That's Cow. Cow, this is my midwife.
What? I just washed my hands. What's your name?
My name's Cal.
Hi, Cal. Very nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Renee.
Renee.
Yeah. So were you a midwifery assistant?
Yeah, for a year and a half I took classes.
Right
I've been
on.
at maybe a dozen births. I've never been in
Wow.
charge of any births.
Never the primary,
Yeah,
but you
yeah.
assisted.
Yeah,
In what state?
In BC, British Columbia, Nelson, Canada.
Yeah. That's super cool.
Yeah.
So there aren't very many male midwives in the United States.
Yeah, I'm not like a
You know-
certified or anything. I just did classes.
Yeah.
I had an ex-girlfriend that got pregnant, and then I had another ex-girlfriend that got pregnant, and then they had friends, and next thing you know, I was,
You're
you
just
know,
like the male baby catcher.
I had a lot of stuff on my plate from childhood too. Like my childhood tools for working with kids is shut up and get a stick. You know what I mean? Like this is what.
Wow.
So I know so much about
Wow.
babies and safety and interacting, and it was more of a healing catharsis. And it was 20 years ago almost. I mean, I was 21 to 23 when I was
When
doing
you
that.
did the training?
Yes.
So what did you do in terms of your training?
I did mostly a doula partner, and then I was there for every month. We do the tests, we do the pap smears,
And
we
how
do the
did-
mucus.
Wow. How did the women feel about you being present at their births?
Every one of them was fine. One of the ladies was great until she was like giving birth, and then she was angry at her ex-husband and stuff, and she was like, at the last minute, she's like, I don't need any man around, you know. But other than that, I've been at water births, I've been at regular births.
So were you were employed or you were
I was taking classes.
volunteering?
I actually had to
Yeah, you
pay
were a
midwives.
student.
Yeah.
And so those midwives had you there. And
Yes.
so part of the practice, you were just the guy that was there.
Yes. And you know, I go to the classes. I also like did
Isn't that
dishes
great?
for the
You know, a
ladies.
little
I
bit
helped
of
out. Like I
everything.
wanted to
You're
have a
like,
relationship with them. I told you it was about healing for me and learning about, you know. I mean, actually, I kept in touch with a lot of the ladies for years. I mean, one of them, I'd take her kids for a month in the spring, a month in the fall for years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was great, and I learned so much.
There are male midwives in other countries. You know, it's not that uncommon to
I'm
have
not,
the men
you
there
know.
doing that, or so it's just unusual in our culture for men to be involved in the birth process. But that's awesome.
He's in charge at Bellevue Hospital as a male in New York City.
Is he a midwife, or is he an OB that oversees the midwives?
No, he's a midwife.
He's a midwife.
Yeah.
So is he a?
Because we
CN
have
he's
we had a
CNM.
midwifery wing in Bellevue.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know
That's
that.
right. Oh, I did know
Yeah.
that actually.
Yeah.
I know a midwife that studied. She went to Columbia,
Oh,
and she did. I think she did some of her clinicals there, right?
Yeah.
It's a teaching facility.
Yes, Bellevue's she did. That's where I did my rotation.
Wow.
Yeah, and at NYU. But.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So,
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, I'm just wanting to be backup.
That's
I'm helpful.
great,
You know, if you need
yeah.
somebody to walk her or hold her
right,
hand.
maybe really what you need to be doing is letting everybody know that birth is normal.
Yeah, well, I'm not that worried. I mean, I don't think he's always
You're not,
negative.
but there are a couple other people that are a a little bit nervous. So it would be good to hear that
I'm new
birth is
here,
normal.
and I can't really reassure anyone, at least for a while. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So do whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
Wave right, Cal. Wave
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Right. Whatever you need to do, you just do that.
Yes, well, I look forward to seeing you. Be back
Yeah,
every 3
see
weeks
ya.
or something.
Yeah, she's on a 2-week schedule right now.
How's she doing, Cal?
So far,
my
so
pleasure.
good. So we'll do her blood pressure now and listen to the baby and make sure everybody's doing good.
Here, I can give you guys.
You're fine right there.
Okay.
He's cute. He's got these little bags.
It is.
Nice. That's cool.
I couldn't find it, so I'm thinking.
So it's been getting chilly at night, right?
Yes. Not besides last night, but
It's going to get warm again this weekend.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
It's supposed to get like 100 degrees
Okay.
again this weekend. So make sure you hydrate, right? All the things we talked about the last time.
yes.
Because I think the last time, had we just come out of that? We just came out of that
It was
really intense heat.
really, yeah.
So it's going to get warm again. Not as hot as it did the last time.
Okay. Well, that was. I think if I made it through that,
That
one,
was really,
that
really
was
hot.
tough.
Yeah. It's great. You're 100 over 60.
Okay.
Just wait. Distraction. All right, my dear.
Lay down.
Yeah, let's lay down. So the, when you went in there, is there a sink in there?
Yes. And we have soap in there.
You have soap in there, yeah. Good. And where, is there a shower in there?
No. The shower, we shower outside with the solar shower.
Okay. So you shower with the solar shower, which then drains just onto the ground. So interesting. So after the baby, you know, not immediately after the baby, but you know, hours after the baby, you're gonna want to shower off, and so there's
we're
gonna be some
taking-
blood.
We're taking, we're getting, today was our meeting about getting the bathtub and shower into place in there.
Okay.
So then that should be within this month.
Okay. Okay. It's not that you couldn't shower, but I don't know that you really want to have, I don't know, blood out there on the
Right, just for
to the dirt,
sanitation.
For sanitation. So how about you lay right there? So yeah, you want to make some pillows,
Okay.
and then
I think I'm going to buy one, that long one.
that body pillow. What I can do I don't know what the rules are, but can I, if I can get one donated, can I give one to you? Are you allowed to do that?
I would have to see. I might have to give you something in exchange.
Oh, we can exchange for
Yes.
it. Okay. So,
Maybe I'll.
Because we have a lot of moms that don't use them anymore.
Oh,
that
right.
give me stuff. So we'll see. Okay. You can bend your knees if that's more
Okay.
comfortable on your back. There's a head.
Down there? Okay.
Just like you thought. So here's the head. And I think what you're feeling is probably shoulders and a little hand.
Okay. Down here is that tingling. Okay.
On the back.
This is the part that moves the most, like
That's
kicks
the
out.
back. Yeah, right in there.
Got that from them too. I'm just waiting for you to.
Good. I think that's great. What you might start feeling are some, they're called Braxton Hicks contractions. It's when you might feel like the baby's pushing out in one area, gets all balled up and tight,
Yes.
and then it releases. That's a Braxton Hicks. It's just the uterus exercising.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And this is that tender right there when I touch. The top of your pubic bone. That's
Okay.
going to start getting a little more sore too. And
Okay.
that's normal. Perfect. You're measuring great.
Oh,
Perfect,
great.
Perfect. I'll get you off your back. You're doing okay on your back?
Yes. And that's quick. It's an ultrasound.
So I hear the baby. Baby sounds great. I'm just trying to get right on the baby's back. So the sound will be like a much clearer ticking sound, where right now you're hearing whoosh, 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 right? So we're going to try to get right on the baby, which I think is right here.
Right there.
That's great.
Perfect.
And get you off your back. So positions to sleep in, ideally, left side is best for circulation. You could sleep on your left or your right side. You can sleep a little bit on your back. Depends on how you feel. It's not the best position for
It's
circulation.
not, no.
So roll to your side and then lift yourself up.
Okay.
Great. So either side, though, a lot of people say don't, that you have to stay on your left side. You can rotate, right? Because your hips, it's hard for your hips to stay in one position.
One side.
So either way, let's try to communicate a little bit on how we can get you that big body pillow
Okay.
and get you some of that other stuff to help with your leg cramps, right? And anything else you can think of?
No, just mainly the pillow and the.
Yeah, you need more
maybe I
pillows.
can trade something. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
You
it's
just let me
something that's doable.
Okay. Does anybody else have questions? Do you feel like we need to talk to anybody about anything?
Okay, no one's asked. I think you answered a lot last time you were here. Do, do, do. I didn't see this get up.
Kiss the baby.
Oh, Lord.
You're not having any menstrual cramping or anything like
No.
that? Your blood pressure was exactly what it was last time.
Okay.
Great.
I'm easy going. What can I say?
Are. Okay, my dear.
Alrighty.
So we are all set. Okay. Let's go. Bye, you guys.
Fuck. Oh,
Kind of fancy.
I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's a toga party.
We have cups we're attending to.
Aw.
You got a little owie, huh?
No.
An old owie that's probably
Hi.
See you guys.
Don't say that.
Bye-bye.
maybe. Who's yours?
Ciao. See that?
So he's new.
He's new, and there's another girl. Oh, she's over there.
With the
blonde
long blonde hair?
Yes.
What does she do?
They're going to.
She'd like to have a
Her-
specialty.
She's an animal activist. She rescues animals as a part-time job, and her other part-time job, she's a topless house cleaner. Yes.
Awesome.
So they're gonna have to duke it out who stays here.
Oh, they're just like trial?
Yep.
Trial run?
And so, you know, you pitch.
What is his skill level?
He's a hunter, and he lives in a community, a 7-person community right now, kind of like this. It's self-sustaining, and but he knows a lot about. He knows a little about a lot, I should
Yeah.
say. Like the midwife thing, it was like, wow, like
Wow.
really?
Pretty
Yes.
unusual.
So, and he does a lot of things off the land. He uses a lot of things off the land.
That's pretty useful, huh?
Mhm. All his clothes he made on his own.
Wow.
Mhm. And
He's well suited.
yes. So he has all his hide, but he didn't get the animals.
Oh, is that right? That's what he was wearing? They're
Yes.
He made those out of some animal hide?
Yes. But all the animal hide that
That's
he's
awesome.
right. It's and that people donated him.
Wow.
So he didn't go hunting. He doesn't hunt, but he knows how. But
So he's not hunting and killing those animals for his
no.
clothes?
He takes people who do hunt, or they hit something on the road.
Yeah.
They
Pretty
drop
nice
them off
pants.
to him.
Wow.
He has outfits, and he made them all. Very interesting.
Did he bring like sewing equipment?
He may have. I didn't see. Maybe to.
Don't make a run for it.
I know. I want a
There's nothing
caramel
much out there.
frappuccino.
No, you don't.
But
Not
thank
when
you
you're
so much,
pregnant.
Renee. I know
You're
I haven't
welcome,
had
my dear.
any. I've been really good.
Good.
In the oh my gosh, I've been so good.
Yeah.
I'm almost not going back.
Yeah.
Almost.
Almost.
I'm tempted sometimes.
You really do. You look great.
Oh,
You're doing
thank
a
you.
really good job. So
and
you
everyone's been sick, and I haven't been sick.
Good.
So that's says
yeah, and your
something.
blood work showed that you were super strong.
Uh-huh.
So you're doing really, really good job.
Yeah.
So remember, you're going to call me if you have any water breaking, rhythmic menstrual cramping, signs of preterm labor,
Okay.
fevers, headaches, you swell up, or the baby's not moving.
Okay.
Those are the reasons you're going to call me right away.
Okay.
You can call me anytime you need to communicate. If you want me to communicate to your family, just let me know that you gave them permission.
Okay.
And then I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Okay. Thank you so
Okay,
much,
bye,
Renee.
sweetheart.